Hi guys, Kiera here, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little different from the normal videos that I've posted. I actually found an article about this woman who desperately wanted to go blind. So if you want to hear about that and hear my opinions and my views, then keep on watching. So I recently came across this article talking about a woman who decided to go blind. And I have the article right here. It says, woman desperate to be blind had drain cleaner poured in eyes, now happier than ever. I'm going to let y'all have a moment to sink that in, like grasp that, like put that, like digest that for a moment. Excuse me! Tell me, Lord Jesus, why this woman put drain cleaner in her eye to go blind when so many of us out there wish that we had 20/20 vision. Why, lady, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? Explain to me why. Why would you do that? Because I'm having a really hard time understanding what possessed you to change a blessing in your life. Like, write me a letter or tell me what why would you do that? Let me read a little bit about this woman. Her name is Jewel and she's 30, and it says she has a body integrity identity disorder, which is a condition where able-bodied people believe they are meant to have a disability. So personally, I don't know how much I believe that. I've never heard of a body whatever disorder. I don't know how true it is, and I did not research it before I did this video, but I'm having a hard time understanding that. I'm having a hard time believing that. Why would somebody why would someone want to cause self-harm to themselves? Like, I don't understand that. I know that there could possibly be something mentally wrong. And in this case, I think something is mentally wrong with this woman to want to go through with this. And think that this is just a miracle and think that this is the greatest thing on earth, because it is not. Let me break it down to you for a little bit. Let's get real. Okay. Let me explain to you what you've won on The Price is Right / Blind Becoming Blind edition. So the first things first is that when the weather changes, most likely the pressure in your eye is going to decrease, which is going to hurt like no other if you're not taking drops. Two, you are going to have to start depending on people like no other. At first anyway, as much as it's going to suck to depend on people. I mean, hey, that you lady, you may enjoy depending on people, but for a lot of blind people, we kind of typically hate that stuff. Like, we don't want to have to depend on anybody because we want to be independent as possible. But hey, I mean, that's what you're going to have to go through. If that's what you want to go through, girl, sister girl, you do it. Number three, you're going to have to learn all sorts of different new routes, and don't think you're going to get a guide dog right then and there, because if I'm not mistaken, I believe that it takes time and you are on a waiting list. You're on a waiting list. So if you're planning on, you think you want to get a guide dog, good luck with that, because it's going to take you like 5 years to get one. Not literally, because I don't know how long it takes, but I'm pretty sure I've heard people say don't expect anybody to be there to cook for you. No, you're a one-woman train, lady. You have to, cook for yourself, clean for yourself, wipe your own butt. In all honesty, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, nor would I wish blindness on my worst enemy. It is not fun, but it is not all bad either. We truly are a blessed community. We are a unity. We are one. We are a community that sticks together. You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's what she was looking for in the midst of wanting to go blind. I'm not sure. But we truly are a blessed community, and we do not downgrade ourselves because we have those disabilities. We honestly don't even think about it. You know what I mean? Literally, if it weren't for the people who help us along the way, we wouldn't be as independent and as successful um, and as determined as we are as a whole, as a group. And we are truly blessed. I feel like we, as blind and visually impaired people in our community, outside of our community, you don't get as awesome as we do. And I know a lot of people will be like, well, I get to bungee jump and skydive. I have a blind friend who has skydived blind, and she will be the one to tell you, baby, I jumped 35,000 feet up in the air. Okay, girl, I can do anything. So, so being blind, and I don't want the sighted people in the world to think that we have it so hard and feel pity on for us, because I don't want your pity. If you have, you can take your pity and go run to Mount Rushmore, okay? Because we don't want your pity. We don't want you to feel sorry for us. Why should you have to feel sorry for us? Because we don't feel sorry for us. It is just very difficult and hard to grasp and hard to understand why a woman would go to the extremes to blind herself and think that it is the greatest thing on planet Earth. It is not. It is a struggle. It is a struggle to be accepted outside of your kind. It is a struggle for people to understand that you are okay soliciting information on your own. That it is okay to uh not need people's help at a certain time. It is okay to order your own food. It is okay to freely ask questions without somebody being behind you. It is okay for us to do all these things without sighted people's help. You know what I mean? Some people need it sooner than others, and that's okay. But for her to just go and do that is just beneath me. Like, I don't understand it, and it literally breaks my heart, because so many people that wish for a cure for blindness and visual impairment, we wish we could drive. In a heartbeat, we wish we could drive. And some visually impaired people get that opportunity. But when you're blind, you don't get the opportunity to drive. And then that comes with having to depend on people to see if they'll take you to the grocery store. And then to have people say, oh, I'm busy. And then have people take advantage of you. You know what I mean? Being blind, that is something that just breaks my heart. And for this woman, I almost feel like she was kind of looking at, oh, I can be blind. Like, I can get this and this, maybe. I don't know her. I don't know what was going on inside of her mind at the time of her terminating her vision. But I just feel like she didn't think it through hard enough. And if she has people like that to help her, then good for her. But I don't know where you would find complete joy in making yourself blind. It truly, sitting here makes me want to cry. And I will link her video and the article in the down box below. It is truly heartbreaking, and it just
It's
after reading the article, I shared it, and I shared my opinion on what I felt like after reading this, and how very aggravated I was. So I'll read it to you. So many of us in the blind and visually impaired community pray for a cure of our different diseases of blindnesses. And people like this go and mess themselves up because it is their lifelong dream or whatever. Being blind and visually impaired in many cases is an, a huge uh, a huge blessing, and in others I still wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Why on earth would you want to do this to yourself? And I still feel this way. Why on earth would you want to do this to yourself? Like, I'm just baffled. Like, I'm flabbergasted. I'm so aggravated by this article. It literally it literally, I literally, if I met this woman, it just makes me want to punch a wall. It makes me want to punch my emoji hanging up on my wall. It's very aggravating, this article. And um, let me share some more thoughts with you of what there's more, I'm kind of long winded. I went on to say, having to depend on people can really be quite annoying. Most of us pray for independence, but have a hard time receiving it from others. People repeatedly ask you, how many fingers are you holding up, and can you really see with those thick glasses? You even get people who just blankly stare at you just to think, never asking. Some will even walk up to you and touch your glasses. We don't like that, by the way. People constantly calling us blind, even if we clearly can see. There really and truly is a difference between being blind, that people feel like you're an easy target to take advantage of, stealing, lying, mistaking, misusing our kindness for weakness. Some just let it go. Um, and so I went on, and the last thing I said is, we are truly some of the happiest in the world, some of the happiest people in the world, with the biggest hearts, deepest testimonies, and funniest jokes. Most of the time, we are proud of our community. And what it will and continue to become. And then I had some friends go on to say, and these people are blind, so you have blind comments too. And so one person went on to say, some sighted people think we're daredevil. I had a friend go on and say, it literally breaks my heart and it brings me to tears. Being blind and to have read this article hurts me so bad, because I don't understand why a woman would want to take away her sight when it is so precious to us, so precious to anyone who is able to see, of course. It truly breaks my heart, and this article disgusts me. I don't understand people and their intelligence levels. Uh, yeah, yeah. And then I had one more friend say that it brings pain and depression. It brings emotional pain. Being, in some cases, depending on your condition or how it goes, blindness sends you into depression. Kids have severe depression. And, this is serious. This is not a joke. And I really don't love the fact that she thought that this would be meaningful or something like that. So I could sit here and I could tell you how ludicrous this sounds. I could sit here and I could tell you my opinions all day and read you comments and read you articles and things like that. But ultimately, the damage is done, and the woman's done whatever she wanted to do. And the psychologist. And I could tell you that I think the psychologist should have done more to say, hey, ma'am, I don't think this is a good idea. Let's try to work through this, and you don't need this is a very dangerous thing to do. But he didn't, and, whatever, the doctors did or whatever obviously didn't work. I don't know. You know what I mean? I wasn't there. But the damage is done, and she said what she wanted to do. And I honestly, all I can say is I hope that it was worth it. I hope that you found what you were looking for. I think. Yeah, that's kind of just it. I don't, yeah, I don't, enough of my ranting, enough of my craziness. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to, like it, of course, and comment and subscribe. And if you agreed on this video, share it with your friends. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for another videos next week. Peace.